family is very important, and I have 3 beautiful daughters, so I'm very blessed for that.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
18. I got one that I checked into college a couple weeks ago. It's
Oh
just-
my gosh! And every year they keep going farther away from.
Yeah,
you.
it's true.
That walking with the friends. My 8-year-old, the first time I pulled up to school, she's like, "Daddy, I don't need you to walk me to the door." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Okay, and then I pulled her around the corner and cried. I'm serious. I couldn't. It was like, I'm very proud of you, is what I said, which I am, but then I cried. Now, she said, Quinn is my daughter. The other day she said, Daddy, how old will you be when I go to college? And I go, well, I guess I'll be 75. And she's like, I'm not going to college. I go, that's my girl. That's my girl.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to the Buddy Love Pod. We're here with the brothers, unfortunately. No, it's all right. Andy,
Unfortunately? What are you talking about?
I love you guys.
We're the best. Come on.
best. You
And
are
we
the
got the
best.
best guest in the world.
Through thick and thin, you're the best. You are. All right,
I'm
good.
excited.
Oh, I know.
I'm
We're
really
so happy.
excited.
We're so happy.
My buddy, man.
Sequels
Oh.
are not often better than the first time
But
around,
sometimes they
except-
are.
True.
Except in a few rare instances, and this is one of them.
There
Oh,
you
okay,
go.
you jinxed it.
Oh, no.
That's over.
Oh, no.
Everybody,
Oh,
what?
no,
Take it
everybody.
away.
The legendary Tom Arnold.
Thank you.
Being
Thank you.
here, buddy.
Thank
What's
you.
up, buddy?
We
I
really
was-
needed you, man.
Yeah,
Well,
really
listen,
miss you.
man, I was a little late getting down here because I was hanging out with your mom,
Oh,
which
yes,
I'd like to be
yes.
doing right now.
Yes, I know.
No
better
offense.
than us for sure.
She is.
She's
She
gonna have
does-
her own pod. You can go
Yeah,
on that.
well,
one.
I'll go on it for sure. I'll
Oh,
go on
yeah.
any pod she has. Let me tell you something. I love your mom. I always have.
I know. My
She
mom
has.
rocks.
She's like me. We don't age.
No.
You know, we
Yeah.
can't because we got young kids.
I
You
know.
guys. And
You
my
do.
young kids.
It's
I do have young
unbelievable.
kids.
No,
Yeah.
it's incredible that you do.
But,
and
yeah.
you were on our pod, and we were a little baby, man, and now we're.
Well, the world, it does keep going.
It does.
And stuff does keep happening.
I realize
Yeah.
that every day.
Yeah.
Yes, keeps going. No matter
Well,
what
we're lucky
happens.
it keeps going. You know,
Yeah.
we got
Actually
today.
glad.
We got today. Maybe we have to deal with some stuff.
Yep.
But we got today. We're lucky.
Exactly. You know
Very
what?
true.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I get to wake up, even if I have to deal with stuff. I'm glad I get to wake up because the alternative is you don't wake up and you don't have stuff to
Yeah.
deal with, and that means that you're dead. And
Yeah.
I'll take the living
I
experience.
like waking up alone. You know, I used to. I mean, my kids are there, and I have to get them ready for school. But you know, there's nothing worse than waking up with somebody that hates you.
Oh.
You know, I
that
mean,
is
you
so
gotta.
true.
You're like,
Really, what's that about? I
You
don't
wake
know
up and
anything
you're like,
about
whoa,
that. I don't know
guy
anything about
started.
that. I know.
This is gonna be another bad day.
It's a heck of a
How do I hide?
You know, I had
It's a
somebody
heck of
tell
a
me once.
start.
No joke. I had somebody tell me once before I went to sleep, and I never went to sleep again. But I had somebody tell me once, you know, no joke, it would be really easy to kill you in your sleep.
Oh, for sure.
Good night.
That's just
That's very
standing
true.
over you
That's
while you
very true.
sleep?
No,
or-
like
Yeah.
when we were going to go to sleep.
That is true.
And I was like,
Very true.
what?
You're most
Like,
vulnerable.
It'd be just so easy.
Yeah, keep people alive. But the doctors at my heart camp, of course, they
Yeah,
ones we honor every year. They'll say, "Hey, you know, I had one. I swear to God, this pediatric cardiologist who very decorated, and he was so impressed because his team is Liverpool, right? And like the 2 days before the gala, I get a call. Well, his team's Liverpool. He wears a Liverpool sweater or jersey or whatever you call it, under his when he's doing a heart transplant. That's his good. Like he loves that team.
Wow.
Could you get in touch with them and do something? I'm like,
What?
with 2 days away, and I got very lucky. I got a hold of Jordan Clough, the coach, the brilliant coach at Liverpool soccer team, and he made a video for me in the middle of
No,
the night.
he
They were
did
in the
not.
playoffs too. He took the time because it's a heart camp, made a video, made fun of me terribly, and it was such an honor that this doctor afterwards he said that he was crying when it started playing, and then he came up and said, you know, keeping people alive is very hard. Keeping people dead is very easy. So if there's anybody that crosses you, and I mean this for your whole life, you let me know. And I was like, whoa.
Does that extend to friends?
Yeah, well, I think friends and family.
Fantastic.
But I laughed, and then the other cardiologist like, no, he's serious. I go, that's just a good thing to have in your pocket. you know?
absolutely.
You'll go around to
Yeah.
Get
you know,
in jail free
yeah.
card.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
get out of jail
Yeah.
free
Yeah, I
It's
like
just
that.
nice to know.
Wow.
You know,
that's
it's
an
a
amazing
thing.
That's
Yeah.
an amazing thing. Well, you know, life is a journey, and ups and downs are real, and we've all been through them. But this isn't up. Having you back in studio, Tom.
Absolutely.
You've been
Well,
a
it's
dear
good
friend
to
for so
see
many
you
years for
boys,
us,
too.
And we're just so happy
You know,
you're with us, man.
Andy said he would go to the store and do my grocery shopping.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
there's-
Yes.
I'll tell you what a pain in the butt that is. You know, you get the kids to school, and then or you come a little early so you go to the grocery store and then get them. And you forget what you're getting. You don't have your list.
I know.
But Andy kept saying, "Oh, you wanted me to get groceries." I thought he was kidding.
No, I really did.
I go to the market.
I embellished the
Yeah.
list as
I
well.
go to the market
Yeah.
They're on their
daily.
way.
I
Yeah.
literally have to go daily sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, I forgot that. I got to go back and
Oh
get
no,
it.
that happens.
Oh, all the
yeah.
time.
My
all the
daughter asked for a Haley Bieber.
Haley Bieber
Drink.
smoothie from Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
too.
What is that? $100?
Haley Bieber has her own.
Oh, my 8-year-old
smoothie.
daughter
Yeah.
loves them.
Yeah, and a cheesesteak
Really?
sandwich. That's also coming.
Oh, I love that very
You
much.
like cheesesteak sandwiches?
Yes, of
huh?
course. You guys
It better
should.
be coming.
You should.
It should be.
That's like
It's
literally
coming.
one of my favorite go-tos.
Well, it's a great one. Are you from Philadelphia?
Yes,
Okay,
it's-
come on.
That's we've had them
It's
since
a
we were
great one.
kids,
It's
yeah.
a great go-to.
It is a great go-to.
Pats,
How old-
Cheetos, whatever you got.
How old are
Yeah.
your kids now?
My daughter's 8.
Okay.
My son 11.
Wow.
Yeah,
11.
yeah. I'll tell you, they get that Haley Bieber smoothies down there at the Air One. You know, that fancy
Yep.
store down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to give you a tip. If you go to the Air One in Studio City, do not get a cart. Because the aisles are so tight.
They are tight.
that you are just always in people's way. Get a basket.
Yeah.
And if you got to reload, do that.
Yeah.
But don't get. And I asked them, why is that? Well, the aisle's so tight. They go, so people can socialize. I go, I don't want to socialize. I want to
what-
get my food.
Yeah, I
wanna
know.
shop and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
last thing I
Yeah.
want to do when I go into a market.
Wow, that's crazy. That's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Haley Bieber. They just had a baby. didn't
Yeah,
they?
that's a
Wow.
good thing.
Wow.
Man, I love when people have babies.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
me
You know,
too.
it's-
Yeah, family is very important, and I have 3 beautiful daughters, so I'm very blessed for
Yeah,
that.
that's very cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
18. I got one that I checked into college a couple weeks ago. It's
Oh
just
my gosh.
wild, man. I
What
checked into it
college?
every night.
Can I ask?
Well, USC.
Oh, that's
she's doing
good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And
she's not far away.
Yeah,
she's
no,
not
yeah,
crazy
good
far,
school,
but
and
she's,
she's
good,
still
she's on
close.
campus and doing her thing, and I'm just so proud of her. I just talked to her last night, and
Yeah.
we were just. She walked outside to have a little privacy, 'cause she's got a roommate and stuff. It's crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and and we were just chatting it up and just watching her. She's just become a amazing, full-fledged woman. It's
Yeah.
really
It's
wild.
so cool.
That's
wild.
right. It's
and I got a
crazy, I
freshman
bet.
in high school.
Yeah.
Who's the first couple weeks in high school has been like, she's like, wow, Dad, it's a little different. I was like, I know, and I'm dropping her off at like the parking lot. She's walking with her friend and in class,
Wow.
and it's pretty crazy. And then you got the 20-month-old.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, which
I like that. You got them right here, basically.
crazy.
They're not running away from you.
Yeah.
At 20, they're getting a little bigger, but I like
yeah.
that baby time too. Right
I
here,
know.
you can walk. You could feed them right here. You could burp them. They go to sleep here. You could give them a bath over here, the thing, and then
all
they're
just
right
right
here. You
here.
do it all, and every year they keep going farther away from
Yeah,
you.
it's true.
That walking with the friends. My 8-year-old, the first time I pulled up to school, she's like, "Daddy, I don't need you to walk me to the door." I'm like,
know,
"Oh, okay." Okay, and then I pulled her out of the corner and cried. I'm serious. I couldn't. It was like, I'm very proud of you, is what I said, which I am, but then I cried. Now, she said, Quinn is my daughter. The other day she said, Daddy, how old will you be when I go to college? And I go, well, I guess I'll be 75. And she's like, I'm not going to college. I go, that's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Tom, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Quid, right?
Quinn, yeah.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Quinn
I
and
was thinking, yeah,
Jax
Quinn
with
and
a
Jax.
Yeah.
Very cool.
With an X.
Yes.
Like that.
My dad's name was Jack, but I wanted to honor him, but not too much. You know what I
Got
mean?
it.
So I
Yeah.
changed it up a little bit.
Jax
Just
is
unique
cool. I
enough.
like Jax. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a cool
cool.
name.
That's really cool. Wow, man.
It's
Well,
cool.
that's a look. You never know when it's going to happen. I mean, obviously, it broke a little later for you, and
Little, 54 had my
Yeah,
first.
Wow.
Really?
But I'm tell you what, it happens when it's supposed to. When I was 18,
That's it.
my 17-year-old girlfriend said she was pregnant, and I worked at a meatpacking plant in Ottumwa, Iowa, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm here forever. That's what you do. I'll go
Here
talk to her
forever.
dad, tell him, this big 6'5" farmer who wanted to murder me. But then what did she get to do? And then it turns out she was lying. Thank God. Thank
really?
God. Yeah. And by the way, I found out at college I had an extremely low sperm count. Because at the University of Iowa, where I went after working at the factory for 3 years, I worked at the hospital school,
count.
and every day you come into work and say, "Hey, donate plasma, $7. Donate blood." And that was back in the day when we had nickel beer night, So I do plasma and blood at 2 different hospitals. Makes you lightheaded. It didn't matter. And then one day, I just had a kind of a crisis of faith. I was like, God, what am I really supposed to do with my life? And I walked into the hospital school, and there was a sign that said, donate sperm, $35. And I was like, that is God talking to drinking. And I could do that 3 times a day. I thought, that's $105. So me and my 5 roommates, we're still buddies today. We bust down there at the University of Iowa.
All 5 of you?
Yeah. Well, I told them about. They're like, let's get in the car. There's no like thinking about what if we made a bunch of kids and they were out there and then what? No, there's none of that. There's like, let's get the $35. That's basically how men
Between the
operate.
3 of us,
Yeah. So
105.
we come busting down there to the fertility clinic. The doctor's like, slow down, boys. We didn't take just any yahoo here at the Iowa Fertility Clinic. We need to test your sperm first. And I was like, okay, well, mine is a little sticky, but I think it'll be fine. Anyway, they test the sperm. The doctor comes back, pulls me out of the herd, and says, bad news, Mr. Arnold. You cannot be a part of our program. And I said, well, why is that, Doc? Well, son, you don't have enough swimmers. I go, really? How many swimmers do I have? And he's like, 2. I go, but that seems like enough. And he goes, well, your buddy has 2 million. So you will never get a woman pregnant the normal way. And
Wait,
so
2?
Yeah, 2. And which really held out. But through the miracle of IVF, that's how I got my kids.
Right.
One, I'm just going to tell you, this is a medical thing. I'm not trying to be gross. But I had a lot of failed IVFs with all 4 of my ex-wives. But, they all, bless them. I wanted to adopt. I wanted to get a sperm donor. Shaquille O'Neal is my next door neighbor.
I
Whole type
remember
of
this.
Lakers.
I remember this.
And I look at him. He'd be out of the cul-de-sac with his kids. I thought, man, that guy makes some beautiful kids, man. Why don't I had the cup, for the clinic. And in Iowa, I grew up on a farm, and if you wanted to borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor, you take a cup of, hey, neighbor, can I borrow a cup of sugar? They're like, hell yes. And I had that cup for the fertility clinic. I'm like, when I get to sack up and get a cup of Shaq, man. Oh my God. Can you imagine if I had a 7-foot tall black son? I'd be the happiest Jew in there, I'll tell you. But I'm very blessed it turned out. Eventually, it had to do with a
Tom,
certain.
those aren't your kids. Yes, they are.
Yeah, believe me.
No,
they're my
think
kids.
Those are your kids.
Yeah. But eventually they did a surgery because all had failed 23 times total.
Wow.
I know, but with 4 wives, so it's not that crazy.
I guess that's true.
And then failed and went to say goodbye to the fertility doctor. He's great, by the way, Dr. Richard Mars over in
Richard Marks, the singer? Kidding, dog. Richard Marks,
Dr.
right?
Marks, yeah. I like Richard Marks, too. I like him.
Breaks,
Yeah.
I will be right
He's
here
good.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right.
He's funny when he gets trolled on Twitter or X or
Richard?
whatever it's called.
Richard Marks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He breaks it. He's got a great wife. Jesus.
Daisy?
How lucky is he?
Yeah, I know Daisy.
Yeah.
She's
He's got a good
great.
thing going.
Daisy's
Some
awesome.
people get good things going. You know what I mean?
Daisy
and it's
Fuentes,
solid
great.
and
She's
long
great.
term.
She's great. She's a great lady, and they seem really happy together. And he's great.
Yeah.
I actually had dinner with him about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And he was so cool.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you the procedure in case because man, IVF is stressful.
I can't
the
imagine.
fertility stuff. A lot of people say the moment they quit that and give up on that, they calm down, and that's when they get pregnant. They maybe get pregnant the
Interesting.
regular way. But what happened is we went in to say goodbye to the doctor, and I my ex was upset. Obviously it didn't work out, and I got nervous. I said, "Hey, listen, doc, you've done everything humanly possible. She's done everything humanly possible." I said, "Well, when science catches up, and there's something you can do on the man, because the woman has to do all the suffering, the shots or whatever." I said, "When science catches up, I'll be back in here." And he's like, "Well, Tom, there is something I'd like to try on a man." I go, "Well, what is it?" And I saw my ex's ears perk up, and I go. He goes, "Well, I'd like to make a decision into your scrotum and pull your testicles out of there, and then take a needle and just go directly for the testicle, and in case it's your tubing." And she was like, my ex, like, "Will you do that for us, honey? Will you?" I go, "You're damn right I will. I'm going to have a completely wasted, worthless surgery just to prove I'm in this as much as you are." And also, surgery for somebody in recovery like me is a snow day. Because right before they cut your nutsack open, they're like, "And now we're going to give you something to relax you." And you're like, "You're damn right you are. I want it all." Anyway, the truth is they found one sperm. They put that with one of her eggs, and that became my son.
What?
That's a fact. So that fact, and my daughter was born after we broke up. We hadn't been together for a long time, and I got a call from a fertility clinic from Long Beach. They're like, "You owe $700." I go, "Why?" Well, because
what?
we have a frozen embryo down here from 4 years ago from you and your ex-wife. And And I told my ex about it. And she went, to her credit, she drove down there 100 miles an hour, and they shot the little ice cube up in her hoo-ha, and then my daughter was born. Like, it's a miracle. And I have to say, Tyler Henry, Hollywood medium, that guy, my ex had called
We know
me and
Tyler.
said,
Yeah, we know Tyler,
He's a
yeah.
very good guy.
He is.
And my ex had called and said, hey, I think you should do his show because then I could get a reading. And I was trying to be buddies with, or like be, keep things not hostile. And so
Copacetic, huh?
I'm like, yeah. So I go, okay, I'll do that. I didn't believe. I'm a skeptic. And so he comes over to the house, very nice kid.
Yeah.
Gay guy with his mother.
Yep.
Yep.
Did he
Reminds
do
me of
the-
you
did
guys,
he do the-
And
Thanks, Tom. Did he do the drawing thing? Did he draw?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's on
right?
camera. All this is on
Yeah,
camera.
yeah,
They say
yeah.
reality TV is BS, but this is all on camera. He does. First of all, he walks to the house and does this. Whoa, your mother is here,
Oh,
and she is sorry, which you could say in almost any house except yours. Your mother's a saint. But then he does. Okay, at the end, you do the psychic thing. He does the drawing.
Yeah.
He goes, "You got any questions?" I go, "Yeah." Are we going to have any more kids? Now, we are not together. It's not physiologically possible, but I'm trying to bust him on camera. And he draws a little bit and he goes, yes. And I look at her like, okay, this guy. And I thought, I'm going to put my boot on his neck now. I go, is it going to be a boy or a girl? And he goes like this, a girl. And then even she was like, okay, he's full of it. I don't, because she's a true believer. And I walk about, and then 72 hours later, I get the call for the cryo bag in Long Beach. I swear to God.
Yo, I just got goosebumps.
Dude, that's really
no,
wild.
it really is
What?
a miracle. It's really
That is really wild.
Yeah,
What?
I was
Where
0
is
for
this Tyler
23.
now? I must
and
find
then-
him.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Wow.
Yeah, but he really is. He
Gifted,
sold
huh?
me.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
If I was like a psychic that was not really good at psychic, I would not predict bigger things.
Right, you keep it small.
Yeah.
First of all, but I'd also come in and go, I look at somebody and go, there's somebody from your past. You're like, oh my God, because everybody has somebody from their past. They're trying to contact you for what? Alimony? Please.
Somebody from your past.
No.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I know. That's
I always pass by psychic spots and stop and wait
Yeah.
for somebody to open the door. They don't open the
Oh,
door,
yeah.
and I keep walking because I think they're not psychic, right?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to, ingratiate
Hey,
me.
yeah.
To know
That's
that
like the
you're there.
true test.
Yeah.
They would know I was out
Yeah.
here if they were really.
Huh?
There are. I'm sure you guys do these Comic-Cons.
Oh, yeah.
With all, I enjoy it.
Me
I do.
too.
And
Me
you get
too.
paid in cash. It's good.
wonderful. It's like
But-
a
But there's always there's always a card
for a mob.
person that has a booth with tarot card.
Yeah.
And always she'll come out and go, kid, would you like a reading? It's free. I go, well, I can't. And then I feel bad because she's, and then people can see me getting a whatever for. I let her sit. And then it's a commitment. Like you're sitting there with this person. You're like, oh my God. She goes, whoa, that card means whatever I'm going to tell you it means. Anyway, my thing is, let's get this over. But, you got to be nice to people.
I'm going to tell you
You know.
whatever. I'm going to tell you whatever I think it means. Oh, God, look at this. Go. Whoa,
Yeah.
this is, I didn't realize this. It's
Yeah.
the King of
Well,
Spades. What?
yeah.
What does that mean?
It's always like, you are going to come into money, which turns out not to be true at all.
Still waiting.
A lot of money.
Still waiting.
I left a lot of money out there, guys, at these cons.
Yeah.
Every time. That's funny. Yeah, we've done a few of the cons. We're doing the '90s con, right?
Yeah,
doing the 90s
we're going to
con.
Florida and doing
Yeah.
90s con
Oh my gosh! What city of Florida?
at Daytona.
Daytona.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like the pop culture ones.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They seem to, those are kind of the ones that we more lean toward. Only, we get invited to a lot of them, but some of them, like, I don't know how we fit in there, but,
Yeah.
But this one's always fun.
Yeah.
We did this once before. Matt, you've done it more than that, right?
This will be my third 90s con.
Wow.
Yes. I only did one.
Isn't that
one-
crazy?
One before this, and you and me did the other one together, right? We've just done one. You
Yeah.
and me, right?
Yeah, you guys have only
Yeah.
done one.
Yeah.
And I did one with my girlfriend without you guys.
With your girlfriend.
And now I'm doing it with you guys.
What girlfriend?
Man,
yeah.
my girlfriend.
What girlfriend?
Her name is Chili.
I know Chili.
Oh.
I was in Atlanta this
yeah.
early Monday morning and filming, and got on the train, and I thought that's where Chili was. We talked to Chili when she was standing right there talking to my kids.
Wow.
You're still together, huh?
Yes,
God,
absolutely.
you're so freaking lucky. I can't even.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, blessed.
That's craziness. See, there's hope, guys. Look around.
There is
Yeah.
hope.
This guy,
There you go.
and that's how God works. You go, who seems like they would be? No, the perfect match. Somebody is not what you think.
Now you
Exactly.
And
Oh.
I've just been
It
very
happens when you
that's
least
true.
expect it, and it is weird.
She's a very nice woman, though. young
Incredible woman, yeah.
You know, very nice to get a solid family, and
Yep.
I know.
that helps.
I
Yep.
know. It
You know?
does.
Yeah.
We just said it at the same time, buddy.
Pots, pans, break hands. What is that thing with
Yeah,
the pinky?
Yeah,
okay.
pots, pans, break.
What the heck are
We used
you
to do it when
guys
we were
talking
kids.
about?
Yeah, it's an old. That's like one of those old '80s things that kids don't
You
do
say the
anymore.
exact same
You
phrase
go like
at the same
this.
time. You go pots,
Pans,
pans,
break hands.
Mm.
Isn't it jinx? And then you have to be quiet until somebody buys you a
I
soda.
like that
I
one.
like
I
that
like
one
that too.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Whatever,
See?
get a room.
Yeah.
Seems like a
Yeah.
payoff for that.
There's a payoff. All right. Yeah, we had a picky break. We had a picky promise. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't even know what
No.
that means, but that's what we used to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else has been going on, Tom? I mean, you're always doing these things. We were saying we might be doing a little project.
Oh, we are doing
Yeah,
it.
in December.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was weird
Fun.
because I went and met the director yesterday,
Yeah.
and then when I came in today, you said, "Hey, this project,
Yeah.
Rabbit," he goes, "I'm doing it." I go, "What a small freaking world!"
Wild, right?
That also was helpful. If I'd have known in advance he was doing it,
Yeah.
then I would have been a little even more excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know, and
Yeah.
I didn't know, and it's kind of this cool.
There's a
little,
lot
like,
of crazy stuff going on in that movie.
There is. It's like a
it.
very Pulp Fiction type.
But
movie.
yeah,
It's
very,
pretty
cool.
very
I like
much.
Yeah, it's
Very cool.
Very much.
Interesting.
cool. So very
That'll be
unexpected.
fun.
Very
Yeah.
unexpected.
Well, the movie I did in outside of Atlanta this weekend, I have to tell you.
Yeah, tell us,
Sometimes
tell
I
us.
do movies
Yeah.
where because I need the money. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I go first. They go, "Will you read the script?" I go, "How much money do you have? And can I get it in advance?" Because I got a lot of legal fees for that crazy act. So I read. It's a horror movie. Horror movies are good because the fans are so loyal.
Yeah, it's so
and you
true.
can
You're
sign
right.
stuff at
You're
the
right. Yeah.
conventions.
That's what we. Yeah.
That
yeah.
the last horror movie, because I was in one of the Friday the 13th or something. The last horror, but the woman next to me was in The Exorcist for 17 seconds in the original one, and she had a huge line. She signed all kinds of stuff. So I thought I'm going to figure out,
Yes, keep
it's- so these little movies, sci-fi, horror. I'll say I can work one day or maybe 2 days, whatever. But it's a 12-hour day. That's the total. And then let's say I work one day. I get set. They have me 60 pages of dialogue. I go, yeah, it's not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna. Oh no, we're gonna see how much we get done. They're and I don't blame them. Their goal is to keep me throughout the movie.
Yes.
And then kill me at the very end. Right. And I've said to them a couple times. I did it this weekend. Okay, I look at the clock. I go, the director, come here. You have to kill me in the next scene. I'm out of time. And they go, okay, we'll rewrite everything and kill you. But here's how I died this weekend. And it's a horror movie. It's about drag vampires. It's called Dragpires, I think.
Dragpires?
Yeah,
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah,
Dragpires?
It's if you're a Republican, it sounds like a documentary. Yeah, that drag people that
my
drag
gosh.
and murder people. So I died, which is very funny to me. The main I'm a Southern racist, anti-gay, whatever, spewing out myself, and then the one drag vampire gets up and I get in her face and then she pulls off my penis at the end and she holds it up. That's how I die. And she holds it up. And
Did you give them the go ahead on the penis?
well, I said if it was going to be
Prosthetic?
my penis, I needed more money.
Yeah.
That's what I did. But I did. But I called I should call my manager because I texted. I made a joke. Is it my real penis? I'd rather not for this money.
Sure.
Yeah. And then he had evidently. I get set. The director's like, I go, where's the penis? The prosthesis. He goes, oh, your team just said you didn't want anything to do with it, so we're gonna pull your throat out. I go, what do you mean I didn't want? That's not true. I'm going to do it. Let me see what it looks, because I thought later in life, you got to plan like this with your life. What can I sign at Comic-Con? People will bring that bloody penis.
You're
to
true.
sign. It's
It's not
funny.
a jugular.
I signed
How do you-
Ice Cube Trace because of True Lies. And, so I
my
said, no, we're not doing a
Smart
throw
thinking.
thing. Do it on somebody else. That's how
Yeah.
the budget. Okay, we'll kill that guy this way.
Yeah.
But that's how it went down.
Wow.
And
Dragpires.
yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
Dragpires.
It could be good. It could be terrible.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
could be good. So interesting. I had, that you got it to get a new twist on horror movies is tough.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like a lot of nice people working on it.
I wrote a really cool horror movie that
You did.
that you guys both would be so perfect
Yeah.
for. We got to
Okay.
try to get it. So I'll send you a script. You
It's
can read
actually
it.
a really
but
good
we had a
idea.
similar thing where we were at a con and we were really excited about it, and we were like, we're gonna do great here. And there's got to be lots of fans, and we walk in and there's nobody in our line, and Terrifier the clown
Yeah,
is
of
just
course.
killing it, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're just all
Yeah.
just around the block. Like
Yeah.
what the heck?
The
Yeah.
Terrifier.
But you
Yeah.
could be one of the Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of them. They wore masks too.
That's
So
great,
you can
too.
say
Yeah,
you're that
yeah,
guy
I
and then you
know.
get all these
Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
So funny.
But yeah, that'll be good.
Actually,
we'll do
Mike
it.
Myers, he shows up. the Mike Myers from SNL. He shows
Nice.
up.
Oh no, he's great.
Somebody said, "No, Michael Myers, not you. Get out of here." What?
Did I say it wrong?
No, you're
But,
perfect.
yeah.
No, it's just there's a couple Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're doing another Austin Powers, is what I heard too.
I heard
that'd
that.
be good.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
in
I know,
Austin.
right?
I was in it.
Yeah, you were. That's why I say. Yeah. Which
That's the thing you got to know. You could work one day on a movie like that, and people remember it 30 years later.
I know.
And you can work 7 months on a movie, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody like,
I
what
know.
are you talking about?
I know.
I don't want to have to
Crazy.
explain this movie. Yeah. The funniest thing that happens to me, people come out and go, really love you, big fan. What have you been doing? I'd like to see you back on TV. I go, okay.
Thanks, me
That's-
too.
Thank
You
you.
should
Yeah.
be on TV.
Yeah, you should be on TV.
Tom,
Oh,
you
yeah.
should be. You know, it's amazing to me that there are so many really funny, proven entities with tons of fans out there. And so many times what they do now is they put people in it that don't mean anything to anybody, and they wonder why the product doesn't
Because they're
work.
cheaper. I understand that.
Yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like if you're building a team, any kind of team,
Yeah.
whether it's a sports team or a business team, whatever, like in my opinion, I'm always going to try to get the best, most qualified people for that
Especially
job.
the key people.
Of course.
And then you can build
And then
the
you
other
can,
folks around.
Yes, experiment with everybody around. But like your anchors,
Yeah.
you got to go with people that have proven
Yeah,
themselves,
yeah.
in my opinion. I always say this all the time, like you, Spade, Dana Carvey, all these guys, you should be, and maybe Dana doesn't want to do it, but I always look at these guys, I'm like, why aren't these guys in everything on TV? They're so funny, you're so funny.
we don't
you
wanna
guys
do
should
everything.
be doing, but you know what I mean? You guys should be doing, like, to me, that would be a show
Yeah.
that if it was, with well-groomed people around you, creating a great show, oh man, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, I
Millions
also
and millions
like
of fans
working-
would tune in like in a heartbeat.
Well,
to
you
see
think
it.
so. But
I know so.
but
I
I
know so,
also
bud.
like working with young people that haven't made it yet, and then having them. I did 2 movies in a row. One with the young lady from Adams, the place Wednesday.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
great.
Yeah.
Jenna
I know the original Wednesday
Jenna
for the movie.
Ortega?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
great. And she
she's
was a kid. She was a Disney
phenomenal.
kid. She made videos for my kids. You know, we
No
did a
way.
movie about
So
an elephant, I think. And then this other young lady, she's beautiful, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
She
of course.
played. I did a horror movie, fun movie called Dead Ant that I actually recommend to people. It's about an '80s rock band that's trying to make a comeback by going to Coachella, and it's actually I booked them at Nochella, and then we go through the desert. And to get some inspiration to write a new song, and one of the Native Americans sells us some peyote, but he says, and I'm going to tell you something: when you're in the desert, do not kill a living thing, or you will be in trouble. And Sean Astin's our bass player. He gets very drunk and pees on an ant. It kills it, and then that ant, all the ants start growing. They end up
gosh.
killing themselves. But Sydney Sweeney was maybe 17, and she. You in the desert when you film there, it seems like it's always hot, but at night it's cold.
Yeah.
Right.
And she and the other gal wore bikini the whole time, and she was like,
no way.
yeah, and she's very funny, and you got to know her parents, and then I see her success, and people are like, "Did you see her new show on HBO? Like, I think that she might be naked in it or something."
Yeah.
I go, "Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that. I don't
Yeah,
want to be. It's too much of a creepy thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
when someone plays a kid,
Yeah, I know.
when she was a very mouthy kid at 17, but then you're kind of always look at him like you
kids.
really do. You don't get over. And I've had Rachel Lee Cook. I did a movie when she was a teenager called Carpool. Then later this other movie, Final Season, and I was talking to her, and the way I was talking to her, she's like, "Hey, I'm not a kid anymore." I go, "I just see." She goes, "I have kids, Tom." I go, "That's impossible. That's just impossible." I do not believe that.
We saw Rachel not
She's
too
great.
long ago. She's
She
so
is
nice.
really
She's
great.
really
She's so
sweet.
nice.
She's
She's
really
solid,
wonderful.
man.
She's
Yeah.
solid. She is.
Solid
really,
person.
really nice lady.
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure. Really nice. It is so funny, Tom. You've had such an amazing journey. What a career too. I mean, seriously, like it's really amazing how many different things you've done. You know, how many good things you've done, and how really you're a super talented dude.
I've been very lucky. You know, again, I worked on the kill floor of the hormone meatpacking plant for 3 years out of high school, and every dream I have ever had, every daydream I had at that plant, they've all come true.
That's so
So when people are like,
Wow.
first at the school my kids go to, people are like, "Dream it, be it. You can dream. Don't want it." And I thought that puts a little bit of pressure on somebody. I said, "I'll cut that in half," and then I realized, oh no, every dream I've ever had. And so I've enjoyed it. We had a reunion of my sports show, the Best Ed Sports Show, period, at Fanatics Fest 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And get together with the old guys, and man, we just clicked.
That's so cool.
Just clicked in.
You guys should do it again.
I know.
That's the goal.
Why not?
Yeah, that's why we went there.
Honestly, the sports world needs it. I mean,
does.
everyone's trying to figure out what is
I
going on
love
with
that
sports.
show.
I
I was
mean,
on it. I
I
did
just
that
read
little
that
cameo.
ESPN's going after local sports teams now.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to strike deals
gosh.
in local markets, not on a national level. Like get like a local market team. Like carry their games.
Yeah.
No joke.
Well, it was fun because that show was. I could see other shows taking a lot of what we did. Of
course.
But we had
And
no.
they still do. They're still trying to recreate that.
But
That camaraderie. There's on all the morning shows.
And it could be about, we talked about everything.
Yes.
You know, my sister was in prison, and I took camera crew the first time I'd seen her in 4 years because it was her second prison time. I was very good the first one, and then I helped her get out and paid a bunch of money. She was in there 10 years. And then I got her job at Hormel where I worked, and then I get a call. She quit her job at Hormel. I go, that's bad. Then I get another call. She's drinking. You know, she's on probation. And then I get a call. She's dealing meth again. So I'm like, okay. So I flew to my hometown, got my dad and there's 7 brothers and sisters on the oldest. I get it in our little downtown portrait studio. I'll get everybody down there. I said, we're going to do a picture for Dad. All right, everybody. They come. We do a picture for Dad. We walk out. I say to my sister, they know you're dealing. I talked to the DEA guy, but they said, if you stop right now, they will not bust you. And she looked at me and went, mind your own effing business, and walked away. And then the next week, they busted her, and then she went to prison for 10 more years. But I finally, after 4 years, freezing her out, I went down there. I took the camera crew, and so it's weird to do that on a sports show. You know, another funny thing, last thing, John
awesome.
Kroc, who, you know,
John
played in
Kroc.
Philly, the best guy
ever, man.
That probably the reason
What
I
a
did
team!
the show.
What a team in '93 that was. Kruk and Dykstra, and it was great, man.
Yeah,
Good.
Dykstra's unwell, but
Yeah,
anyway,
I know.
Kroc,
He's had his
Kroc was getting nervous about flying, and he had to go fly to be in Philadelphia for something, so he drove. You know, and then he was on his way back, driving back, and they were going through Iowa, and my Little League baseball coach died. So I said, hey, we're going to tell Kroc to go visit my Little League baseball coach. He didn't know he was dead. He gets to the place. It's a wake. The casket is open. And it freaked him out. Dude. And his kids are like, my dad would be so honored that you were here with him. And he was so mad. But that's kind of, and we filmed it. Dude. That's the kind of stuff we.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, you son of a.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know how do you react to that.
I had no idea.
Cheers to Dean Miller.
Yeah. Cheers. Hey, cheers, everybody. I don't have any water in here. This is empty. What is this?
You want some of my water, dude?
No, it's all right. Just fill it up. Matt pours the liquid death in there, and then I drink it.
So,
But,
Joey, what's happening with you?
I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, life is life is a journey, you know.
As always, the number one thing is your kids. Oh, yeah,
Well,
as you
it.
know.
Yeah.
They are my priority. They are my priority. And that's,
And-
honestly, I'm just trying to, it's just, it's all about that.
And it's usually people break up. They're angry about something. They say terrible things. They do some terrible things. But then they go, okay, it's about the kids. Now it's not about my hate for you, or I love them more than I hate you, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Now, I'd say 90% of the time that happens. Sometimes it doesn't, like my case, which has been 7 years. My kids are always like, Daddy, why do you have a Lambo? And I'm like, I could have a Lambo, but 7 years ago I got you guys. And it's just maintaining the,
you're like
the crazy.
maintaining a Lambo. It's an older Lambo now, and I have to spend a lot of money.
Actually, it's
every
more like
year.
a private jet.
Right.
for sure.
That's right.
sure.
I'm paying a lot of money.
Have
for
you
fuel.
seen that? Have you seen the stats on what it takes in a country like the U.S.
Yeah.
to take a child from conception, and sometimes in your case even before that, to get just to the conception, to get them through to 18, the amount of products and money can fill a football field.
Yeah. Yeah, people that don't have kids have more money. It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just
and if you don't want to have kids, if you aren't really into it, then don't have kids. And sometimes it's hard work, man.
It's very hard
getting
work.
them going and doing your stuff, and they aren't always happy with you, and they fight.
No. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't know
yeah.
if you guys ever did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
we
we
did,
fight.
but,
You know,
but
we
yeah, I mean,
fight.
kids get into it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. No, but you're right. It is. It is awesome. Kids are really phenomenal.
Yeah, and I make mistakes. And the great thing about
So
having
do
these
I.
21 cameras is it taught me. First of all, I lose a lot of shit. When you're older, you will lose stuff. You're like, where did I put that thing? Like I had this hunting knife from Bear Grylls. The Bear Grylls game. It's so cool. It is so cool. But I got it from him from doing a show. And the first thing I thought is, I want to keep this, but I got to hide it for my son.
Yeah.
As soon as I walk in, I hide it, and then like a week later, I'm like, where did I?
Oh,
so my son's really good with the technology. He goes, I'll find it. He goes through all the cameras, and then he finds it. But you know, you also, I watched a video of myself one day, and it was me being upset with my son. We were going back and forth, and I got very loud. And because you think my son is very big for his age, very tall, very big. Oh, he's huge. But
really,
yeah, when you see that on video, you realize I am very big. Like I could be scary, especially to a child. And so I learned I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to. There's no reason to. I have raised my voice a couple times, but not like that. That looked and it shocked me. Like I just can't. So that's what he sees. So you know, you learn to be better yourself. I make many mistakes, mistakes every day, but
everybody does though. Tom. Well, you too. Everybody does. Man.
You just try not to make the same ones.
Yeah, that's the key.
And just let them know you are here. What last thing I told you I haven't had a date in 7 years, and because again 4 ex-wives. Well, you know I got to pace myself.
Yeah.
My daughter would go to school. She's like, "Hey, what do you think of Harper's mom there?" I go, "I like Harper's mom. There's a lot of single moms there." I like her. Maybe I'll say she's my girlfriend. She's very nice, Harper's mom. A lot of great moms out there. My son will, any talk of that, it just upsets him. He does not want me to ever, you know. I mean, I have women friends that treat me nice in front of the kids, which is good to see.
Yeah. Right.
You know, give someone some. But so I met a woman at a Comic-Con in Tampa last fall.
Okay.
And I do a stand-up show afterwards. That's how I supplement my income from those things. And she came to the show, and she was very cute. Had kids the same age as my kids.
Wow.
She was half my age, but her kids. But anyway, people are like, "Why don't you date someone your own age?" And I go, "There are women my age that are beautiful, attractive, funny, smart. But I'll tell you what, they're not looking for." A guy that used to have a lot of money and now has 2 little kids. Like no 65-year-old woman goes, that would make my life better. They don't. It's right. So this woman was very nice. We exchanged numbers.
Funny guy, man.
We exchanged numbers and then we started texting. And I had done. I'm older, and the texts were very. I appreciated them, but very intimate from her.
Right.
And photographs and stuff. And I'm like, I'm saving these for the rest of my life. But I hope she doesn't expect me to return this favor because it would be disgusting. So I tell my kids, don't ever look at my phone because there might be something hurtful about your mom on there. Someone might have said a Google thing or whatever. Please don't. So I'm in my office doing another podcast, not as good as this one. And my sister comes in and she goes, Jax, something's up with him. He's crying so loud. He wants you to hear him cry. You know how kids do, like, yeah. And he's locked himself in your bathroom. So I go knock on the door. I'm like, Sonny, what's going on? You got to lock the door.
Why is it always the bathroom?
I know. I used to lock myself in the bathroom.
And then, so we have a rule: no locking the bathroom door.
No
I can't do it either.
I know.
You get no.
I don't lock
privacy.
doors in my house. I don't lock doors in my house. I don't do it either.
And we leave them open at night.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I leave my door open at night.
Yeah. So I say to Jax, what's going on there, son? He goes, well, Daddy, I was looking at something for Amazon on your phone. I'm like, okay, I know what. He goes, son, number one, I'm going to tell you something. That's not a serious thing. That woman and I will never leave you. And he goes, I go, in fact, that woman, she's a fan, son. He's a fan. And he goes, she's naked. And I go, yeah, she's a super fan, son. Like, for real. But then about you can hide pictures on the iPhone. You can put a thing and hide.
Yeah, you can.
Although I'm sure they know how to, my kids know how to, like I keep all my court documents.
I'll
Yeah.
never leave you. She's
I will never leave you for that woman, son.
But she's naked. Well,
She's very
she's
nice.
a super.
By the way, when
fan.
somebody says, I like you, I like this about you, I mean, that's a big,
Feels great.
Yeah.
that's a big thing. And
is a big thing.
she's all, like I say, a single mom. She's had issues with her. She's a business owner. She owns an RV place. I mean, she's,
Hey,
take
man.
kids down there to the
Sounds
RV place.
Tom, it sounds
Yeah,
pretty
she's
good.
very nice.
Sounds promising.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Well, look, I agree with the whole camera thing. I hear you loud and clear
Yeah.
with what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. That's why we're doing a new show. We have a bunch of cameras following us around every 5 minutes. It's been
Is that
pretty
true?
neat.
Well, it's like an IRL.
You guys are funny.
Thing,
You guys are probably funnier in real life than you are
Yeah, we
here.
have a lot of
Because you don't even realize why you guys are so funny.
I have no
You
idea.
know, it's have someone following you and have somebody producing that
It is
and
pretty
showing
neat.
the best of what, because it's hard to say, oh, here's exactly what I want to show.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You know what people like that Chip Love or whatever the movie's on. Do you know the movie I'm talking about on HBO? No. It's a documentary about this woman that adopts animals, and she adopted a gorilla and raised it. And then
I gotta see this.
no,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
Wait,
the
what is this?
personalities. Is it called Chip Love? Is somebody a researcher over? Chip Crazy. First of all, the main woman
I'm gonna watch this
is
tonight.
so crazy, and it kind of gets into that whole world of raising chips and giving her, selling them, and then just because they become apes, great apes, and they're very strong.
Very.
And,
Yeah.
the one. Ends up the owner, whatever, brings her friend over to watch, and then it goes nuts and rips her whole face off. And she's still alive because they had her on there going, well, he got really
I
mad.
remember reading that story.
Yeah, I remember reading.
But
remember
then,
that, yeah.
but then this one, the one that was in a movie with Alan Cummings, this is a movie Chip that's grown up, and even she admitted he's getting pretty violent. He's weighs 200 pounds. He's finally he gets out, does something, threatens somebody, and the cops come. And the cops in this town know her Chip. She's famous Chip. They'll see her on the street and go, "Hey, let's say hi to your Chip." She'll bring him to schools and everything. This gorilla.
Is this before or after it's ripped off someone's face?
Well, you can see him grab at kids a couple times, and then one of the handlers, you see, he's got a fake nose. He's been ripped off by his
No.
Chip.
What?
No.
No.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good characters. And then there's a guy from PETA that is such a great character because he's so straight. He's gay. He's like super tight, dressed a certain way. And him versus her is the fun. You're like, who is the bad guy? Nobody. It's great. Wow. But this Chip, her Chip gets out, and the cops come, and the cop's like, and the Chip comes up to the cop car door and rips the whole freaking door off of him. The cop's like, I'm going to need to shoot this Chip. And he shoots the Chip 7 times, and it's still walking away. Like, these things, they are so strong.
They're so
yeah,
strong.
they really are.
A silverback could bench press 4,000 pounds.
Yes.
Well, how much can you bench press there, Muscles?
I just do some push-ups. I don't even know actually what I could bench press. I could bench
Yeah,
press.
it's insane.
I don't know.
The one thing I was shocked was
4,000 pounds.
I got to touch just kind of rest my hand on like the arm of an adult chimp.
Yeah.
And it feels like this wooden table.
Yeah.
They're solid.
They're
They're
so
solid
dense.
muscles.
Yeah.
The muscle fibers
Yeah.
are so dense you can't comprehend it.
Right.
Because they're only about 3.5, 4
Yeah.
feet
Oh,
tall.
yeah.
But then you realize they're 178 pounds.
Yeah.
Lean,
Solid muscle.
Solid
Yeah.
muscle. I mean,
Gifted athletes, too. They
Gifted.
can jump through the... But, and even the nicest, this one is Chip Crazy. She slept with the owner, and the owner actually says stuff like this: "The love you have for a Chip is undescribable. It's the best love, more than you have for a kid, more than she has for a kid." Like, that's how she talks. Wow. And she breastfed this Chip. It was a little Chip.
No.
And he masturbated in front of her in bed. Like, she's matter of fact talking about. I told him, put the cover on, do your business, and then you see how this thing turns out.
What a
It is-
relationship! Oh
yeah,
my
what a
God.
relationship.
well,
Wow.
the thing is, I think what they're so intelligent.
Yeah.
When a chimp is especially
Is
a
it
male,
98%?
it's very similar. Yeah, the
Yeah,
genetic
something
code
like that.
is just a tiny bit
And
off.
apes are 97. That's
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
very
that.
close.
Yeah.
But when you take a chimp that is supposed to be doing its chimp thing with its other chimps, and you raise it as a human,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
there's going to be some developmental issues.
Of
And
course.
the problem with that is then you're getting a highly intelligent now teenager who's going through the same thing that, when you say teenagers, they go crazy and they do.
Yeah.
Think about the chimps have the same type of development.
Yeah.
So now you've got a highly intelligent creature that is now had developmental issues and is now a teenager with all these hormones and
Yeah.
going through puberty.
Violently masturbating in front of the woman.
Wow.
Like a teenager.
Wow.
Violently bad.
Well, I mean, she
Wow.
makes it sound like it's fine, but also there's big money in these. There's big money. These chips,
Come on, man.
they go
Wow,
for
dude.
$70,000 each, and they raise them like you do
Wow.
a puppy mill.
Oh,
They
geez.
raise them. And
that's not
people like Sped come from all over the world to get them. And they
not
are
right.
cute when they're this big.
Yeah, but
And
then
they
they
are
get
sort of
big.
like a baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what is even better than that? A baby.
A
A
baby.
human,
Yes,
a kid,
yes,
because they start
yes,
growing up.
yes.
And you're right. It's not their fault. It's never the animal's fault when they
No.
attack people.
No,
ever.
yeah.
No, it's not.
You know, I
And
grew up on a
hopefully-
farm, and they will. If you know that a cow will kill you, if a cow is done with you, they'll push you up against the fence, and then you
Squish
can't
it, right?
breathe, and then that's it. So the most gentle. But humans are stupid. They get out of their car they see a buffalo. Let's get out of our car.
know.
Let's do this thing. And there's a whole.
Did you see the woman that climbed in the cage with the tigers at the zoo?
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't,
just
that's nuts.
like a few weeks
That's
ago.
nuts.
Yeah.
They have video that she's in there with him trying to
I
get
just
pictures.
don't-
You're like,
I don't
are you
understand.
insane?
And people bring their kids to do that.
I know.
They let their kids to get out.
I know.
And it's just
Don't
it's
understand.
bad. There's a Instagram page just of these animal attacks
Yeah,
on
I've seen it.
stupid
I've
people.
seen it. I've
It's
seen
pretty
it.
funny.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it is. Wow. Well, chimp crazy.
I'm gonna watch
Chimp-
that.
Please do.
Yeah,
It's
really
watch
interesting.
I recommend it. They do a good job of producing it.
Yeah.
I like a lot of these cult videos or people too. I watch a lot of those because here's what happens with a cult. They're sort of a normal person. They're doing it for peace and love. And then at a certain point they go, oh, if I make this a religion, I don't have to pay taxes and I get a lot of money. And then they
They
end
start
up
taking wives, and then it's the whole thing.
And then they have to say, let's
Yeah.
go in the forest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feed you because you're going to get closer to God. And then they die. And then,
my
it does end up in a
It's a
bad
wild
way.
time, really, yeah.
Well,
I did get the tax write-off though, didn't I?
Yeah. I like the cult docs.
but
too. I like all those.
in religion,
Yeah, I do.
a history of that, whatever, far-right religion, is like the end times are here. They've done it for hundreds of years. So here's the thing. You want to go to heaven, you got to do everything I say.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
And then, and literally. And
Yeah.
then, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't.
Then that's
The
it.
rapture.
Oops.
Yeah.
Hey, we did all this bad stuff and we're still here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's going to be consequences. It didn't quite end what I thought. Wait, what?
I don't want anybody that believes in the rapture, like all of a sudden the world's going to, because they won't try. If you think the world's going to
yeah,
still
it's
go
true.
on, you're going to try. You're going to try to make it clean. You're going to try to, you know.
Yeah.
And, but if you're like, oh, I got this, I get a mansion in heaven if the world ends. So
True.
I'm going to go for that.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right. Hope is everything. I mean, hope and optimism is everything. That is a big part of the
And
human
service,
experience.
being in service here.
Yeah.
Heaven, and I always say this, this might be heaven.
Right.
I think it is right now. So what we make happen, we need to assume this is it. And live our lives like
Makes
that.
sense.
It's
And
true.
It makes things easier.
It's very true.
Absolutely.
You got to live
gotta
for
be
each
grateful
moment.
for every
Yep.
day. Absolutely. You got to be grateful every day. I say it all the time. You know, people always say, even when you're checking out the grocery store, hey, how's your day going? I'm like, you know what? I got to wake up today.
Yeah.
So like, I'm happy because there are millions of people that don't get to wake up. Like you go
That's
to sleep
right.
and you don't.
But
wake
how
up.
would you know if you didn't?
You
wake up?
don't. But I'm
So
like,
you're like,
I'm
what
glad.
would you do if you?
Yeah.
I go, well, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'd be awake. And the people in Iowa, where I'm from, farm country, a lot of people get blown up. An unusual amount of people in my
Really?
graduating
Why?
class
Like exploded?
because of farm explosions and stuff.
Oh, like
and you go, hey, what
usual
happened to Elaine? She blew up. Okay. It's like a big way to die in Iowa, just
Wow. So
blowing up.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Well, have a good
interesting
weekend,
fact.
everybody.
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Throwing the tombstones.
Yeah.
Going up.
Have a good
No, no,
weekend.
it's
Yeah.
really-
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
They're like-
Mary, we're gonna miss her. She
They say
blew up
this.
on
Yeah,
August
exactly.
4th. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, she blew up.
But people,
Right after Tina blew up.
they say, what about your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? Are you trying to cement? No. What my legacy? You know, our legacy is our family and the people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But you can't say I'm planning my life in this certain way. So
No.
that, because it's better to be alive and have people shit talk you than to be dead and have people go, he was a good guy, actually. Because you don't know. You'll
true.
be dead. You can't trust those
It's
people.
true.
They'll shit talk you too. The people that you think are going to say good things about you when you die are going to be the worst.
Yeah, it's true.
So you got to live and keep your eye on those people.
Yep, I agree
Yeah.
with you. Wow.
Hey, that's
Tom,
Thank you for changing my perspective.
you know what? Everybody,
You just
I
sort
want
of
you
made
to,
everything a lot better.
Yeah.
I want you to take
Somehow,
that
I
with
don't
you over
know.
the weekend. I want everybody to listen to what
Hey,
Tom
I'm
just
alive,
said.
and they're shit talking me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
you know what? That's good.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what?
I really
I
appreciate
really
that.
appreciate that. That's very
Yeah.
pertinent information, especially in the current time. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Wow.
Tom, you're a gem.
Buddy,
Thank you so
thank
much
you.
for coming by. We love you so much,
Yeah.
dude. Wow, what up? I mean, honestly, guys,
What a
that's
fun
the
hour.
greatest hour
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
Like,
I
I
could
feel
listen
like
to, I think
fun.
I just want to hang out with Tom. Just
Yeah.
The
I
stories.
know.
Come on,
That's
man.
what I feel
We
too
love
about you
man.
guys.
It's
You
the
know it.
best.
Anytime we hang out with you guys is a good day.
It's the best.
It is a good
It's
day.
the best.
I
Tom.
agree.
You've been a part of our family for decades,
Yeah.
man, and you are
Did you
really
have some
genuine
dental
guy.
work?
No.
Because your voice sounds a little.
Oh, really?
A little bit. But no, it's good.
Really? It might just be allergies.
No, I have terrible allergies.
Yeah, my
That's
had
it.
dental allergies.
Everybody's like,
You had
sound
dental
good."
allergies.
I did.
Yeah, I did
have
too.
The implants. You'll get those.
Oh, I need
man.
those.
I'm
I
getting
need
them.
them.
I'm getting
them.
them.
It's a hell of a
I
deal. It's a little when they put the hammer and start busting your old ones in
I
your mouth.
know.
You're like, oh, this doesn't seem like something that should happen.
don't-
But
yeah.
they're great.
They're great.
That guy, I got
Yeah,
a great
I'm gonna get
doctor,
some,
takes
yeah.
insurance
no
over in
dental
Santa
work.
Monica.
That's
And they're
nice.
really great,
Dental
cool stuff all over. You know, the X-ray, they bring it over to your face, and you see your own X-ray out there.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I broke my back mole. I gotta get
My
that
dentist is
Oh,
great.
yeah,
He-
yeah.
He actually he has a 3D printer. He makes all the porcelain stuff and all
Yeah.
the,
Isn't that great?
It is
all they don't
amazing.
have to
It's
do anything
come
anymore.
a long way.
They don't have to send it to the lab. He's like, I'll be
I
right
know.
back. And
That's
20 minutes
really
later, they
half
come back
fun.
with, and they're like, we're just going to put this little cap
Yeah.
or crown on.
Can
You're
he get
like,
you
"What?"
other stuff like custom Nikes and all sorts?
He
of
actually
things?
makes
You know?
everything. When Baby
got
Yoda
a
came
3D
out,
printer?
when Baby Yoda came out, he was
Little
obsessed with
Gru.
it.
Yeah.
So he had a ton of
You're
them all over
serious?
the office.
He really
Yeah,
does.
He made them in his printer,
Ah,
but
that's
they look
funny.
legit.
Yeah.
It was
That's
crazy.
awesome. We gotta get
That's
one of those.
illegal, though.
Yeah,
you
they
should
do.
have him arrested. As a person in the entertainment industry,
He wasn't selling
pirating
them. He
Yoda.
wasn't selling them. He was just enjoying them.
Yeah.
Little Baby
Copyright.
Yoda.
You
It
can't
was
do
so
that.
cute.
There's patent on
He
that.
also made like cool Ferraris. Like he had little toy cars. He'd make a bunch of stuff
He's a
in
toy
them.
maker.
And then also teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys.
Guys.
Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
we will.
much.
Thanks
We
for
will.
being here.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you,
Thank you,
Tom.
Tom.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys
guys.
for
It's great
tuning in
to
every
see you.
week and just being with us on this crazy journey that we call life. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? The
Lawrence brothers are here.
Thank you so much for enjoying this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
And if you want more of this show, check out our premium feed on Supercast.
That's right, where you'll see ad-free episodes, monthly AMAs, behind-the-scene content, and so much more.
That's brotherlylove.supercast.com to join.
Check out our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll see you all
Next week!